You're watching 11 Alive Morning News. 11 minutes of nonstop news starts now.
Good morning. It is 6:48. For the next 11 minutes, we will bring you nonstop coverage.
Only right here on 11 Alive, we'll have continuous coverage of your weather, traffic, and top headlines. Here's what's unfolding on this Wednesday. An arrest this morning in connection to the death of a Meriwether County High School football player. What family members are revealing about the suspect.
Rising rent prices leaving some with few options in the city of Atlanta. How council plans to address that issue.
You need your coat this morning. Temperatures are down into the 20s in a lot of spots, and not to mention some rain pushing into our area later on this afternoon. Make sure that coat is waterproof. We're going to time that out for you hour by hour in the full forecast straight ahead.
This morning, we are learning more about the death of a high school football player.
There is now an arrest in this case. A teenager the victim's family knows. Ariana Maniz is joining us with more right now. Ariana, authorities also revealing more about how Brandon Smith died.
The family of Brandon Smith is now one step closer to justice. A 19-year-old has been charged with shooting and killing the 17-year-old. The GBI is charging Adarius Jason Williams with murder. Williams allegedly shot and killed Smith following an argument in Manchester. Brandon's grandmother, who raised Smith all his life, says the suspect used to be their neighbor. This development comes almost a month after Smith was last seen by his loved ones on December 7th. Brandon's body was found 3 days later in a wooded area in Manchester. It was on the eve of his high school state title championship game, a moment his family says that he had been looking forward to. Now, when we spoke to Brandon's grandmother, she also says that she believes more people was involved in her grandson's death. Back to you.
And I'm Liza Lucas. Right now in Fulton County, a father is facing charges after police say his 4-year-old daughter died after accidentally shooting herself. Now, this is Demarcus Purdue. We have read through the warrants here at 11 Alive. He is facing a second-degree murder charge, second-degree cruelty to children, as well as charges dealing with tampering with evidence. Now, police say the tragedy happened in East Point's Martell Homes community Sunday morning. They say Purdue left his gun on a windowsill and went to shower. According to the warrants, Purdue and the child's mother later heard the sound of a gunshot and then found their daughter, Kamaya, wounded.
Unfortunately, this is the negligence that when it leads to the death of an innocent child.
Right now, Purdue remains in jail after waiving his first court appearance. Now, we do have a link to the fundraiser for Kamaya's funeral expenses on our main page at 11alive.com.
Tragedy, Liza. Thank you. 6:50 now. We are continuing your 11 minutes of nonstop news with the election interference investigation in Fulton County. That is the case where former President Donald Trump and 18 others were indicted. Former White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows, who also faces charges, has added 3 new attorneys to his legal team. Criminal defense attorney Meg Strickler, who says it is a sign that Meadows could take this all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court. However, right now there is not an official appeal.
Students across the metro are heading to school for the first time in 2024. Good morning and welcome back to Atlanta Public Schools, Fulton County Schools, and DeKalb County Schools. And that was a look at your Wednesday morning headlines.
Chesley helping us get out the door. You got to put on, maybe you got a little scarf, hat, and glove set for Christmas. You're going to need it.
Yeah, the nice purple one you got. We're looking at clouds now pushing into the area. We had clear skies overnight, and so it allowed those temperatures to really fall back. And now we see those clouds starting to push into the area. Places like Rome. Now, these are thin clouds, so I think we'll see a little bit of sunshine trying to poke through early on, but eventually thicker clouds will begin to move in, and that rain will follow that by this afternoon. Look at these temperatures. These are not wind chills. These are actual air temperatures. 23 degrees right now in Georgia's Rome. You got 31 up into Gainesville. The warm spot would be Atlanta at 32, right at the freezing mark there. 28 in Athens, 26 in Duluth, 27 degrees in Covington. You got 24 at Peachtree City and over toward Carrollton at the current hour. Cold, to say the least, folks. Your winter wear forecast calls for a coat and some rain gear if you're going to be out and about this afternoon. Looking at 47 degrees for the afternoon high with those scattered showers pushing in. After about 2 or 3 o'clock is when I suspect they'll be around. Right now, they're down to the south and west of us. The heaviest rain is right along the Gulf Coast states. That's where an area of low pressure will continue to slide over toward the east. We'll be on the northern fringes of the moisture. And so what you see over into southern parts of Arkansas, middle portions of Mississippi is what we'll see here, light precipitation. And it'll be a little bit scattered. this afternoon. So not everyone seeing the rain all at once, won't be as widespread, but we will have some of that wet weather around. Notice high pressure in our vicinity this morning. That's all pushing over toward the east as the area of low pressure does the same. Now this is a quick mover, so it's going to come in and get right on out of here. So you're looking at rain in between the hours of 2 o'clock this afternoon through about 7 or 8 o'clock tonight before things begin to wind down. We're giving it a 40% chance for today. We'll catch a break on Thursday, Friday, and then better chance for that rain, more widespread coming to us on Saturday. Could be heavy at times, especially Saturday morning into early afternoon before it begins to taper off and get out of the way. Sunday, by the way, will be the drier of your 2 weekend days for planning purposes. Here it is, our forecast track model. You can follow along with me with the time right there at the top of the screen. Shows those clouds continue to push in. Here we are by 12:15, and we're still dry in our area. That rain will continue to slide further off to the north. Notice our model here trying to mix in some snow with that, even here in the metro area. I don't think we'll see that, and even if we do, it'd be a flake or two. Flurries would be further off to the north over the North Georgia mountains. That quickly gets out of the way. We get the sunshine back in here for Thursday, and we're going to remain dry for Friday as well. In fact, my pick for the week will be Friday, as I think it will be the warmest day of the week at 53. Rain comes in on Saturday, we'll clear out on Sunday, and then another batch of rain comes by next Tuesday. A 70% chance for that rain with temperatures in the 60s.
In Atlanta, where police are investigating a deadly drive-by shooting, this left a 19-year-old man dead and 2 others in the hospital. This all happened along Ralph David Abernathy Boulevard in Mechanicsville. Police believe it was a targeted shooting yesterday afternoon. They say the suspects were inside a white 4-door sedan. We're going to bring you more details once we learn more. This morning, we are learning more about funeral plans for a Spalding County deputy shot and killed in the line of duty. Sergeant Mark McIntyre was killed while responding to a call last Friday. His memorial service will be Friday at Griffin First Assembly of God. Visitation starts at 10:30 a.m. and then the funeral at 1 p.m. There will also be a law enforcement processional from the Atlanta Motor Speedway beginning at 11:30 a.m. And students are returning to North Atlanta High School this morning with heavy hearts after the unexpected death of a beloved teacher and coach. Kerry Sardin was the boys' varsity basketball coach and the school's golf coach. He also had a healthy physical. He was a health educational teacher there as well. Back in 2019, he was named APS's Coach of the Year after leading his boys' basketball team to the state Final Four. He is survived by his wife and 2 children, and grief counselors will be on hand at the school today to help those students and staff who need it.
In a few days, the Atlanta City Council will meet for the first time this year. Council members will focus on issues like public safety and short-term rental changes. Affordable housing also continues to be top of mind. Last year, the city invested millions of dollars into creating options for families. This year, City Council President Doug Shipman says they plan to continue using resources to address the issue.
One is, I think folks should know that more housing is coming. 2, the council's actually invested in supporting folks who are facing evictions. So we actually have funded nonprofits that help folks that need representation as they're facing evictions.
Shipman also says council wants to capitalize on relationships with developers to create more affordable housing options. Big news for Georgia Bulldog fans. All-American tight end Brock Bowers has declared for this year's NFL draft. Bowers led the Dogs in receiving for the last 3 years. He's expected to be a first-round pick in April's draft. Good morning, Chesley.
Good morning, Cheryl. Clouds that are now pushing into our forecast area. The rain still back off to the south and west of us. That will be moving in as we head through the afternoon. By noon today, we'll have the clouds in place. It's going to be a very cool afternoon for us. 44 degrees will be our temperature by noon, only going up to 47 for an afternoon high with those scattered showers around. By 6, they'll be lingering at least. I think they'll be out of the way after about 7, 8 o'clock. 42 degrees will be your temperature by 6. We'll get the sunshine back in here for tomorrow. Next best chance for rain won't come until the weekend.
All right, thanks, Crash. We'll see you then.
All right, everybody, have a great day. We're sending it to the Today Show, and we'll see you back here tomorrow morning.